Okay, please confirm if my screen is visible. Are we good to start? Okay then. So today we are going to jump into a new topic in Java, which is relationships in Java. Relationships in Java. Okay, so this is one of the important topics in Java, and this understanding is very much required. So I will keep this topic very simple. I'll keep this topic very simple. Okay, so when you talk about relationship in Java, you should get acquainted with three words, guys. Please try to remember. You should get acquainted with three set of relationship. Three set of relationship you should get acquainted with from now onwards. Okay. First set of word is as a relationship. Okay. Second word, second terminology, I can say, instead of word I can say terminology. As a relationship is a relationship, and the third one is uses a relationship. Trust me, these three words, these three relationships are very important in Java. Okay, your attention is required. Okay, what does it mean to be a relationship? First of all, we understand that what is a relationship. Okay, then we will look at each and every relationship which I have just specified. Okay, firstly, usually actually when you get this question, what is the actual purpose of relationships in Java? What is the main purpose of relationships in Java? If you get a question like this, the answer can be like, you can say that to achieve less execution time. Okay, second one is to consume less memory. Okay, and the third one, there you go, less number of, okay, to keep the code crystal and concise with less number of instructions. Okay, you might be thinking, actually, what does the relationship mean in Java? Without understanding the relationship, what are these points are actually? How these points can be justified on top of Java relationship? That could be your question. I will give you the answer shortly. Okay, I want you to understand one thing here. In Java, if you want to store any data, usually we use what? We use classes. I mean, you usually don't store any data. Literally, you don't store any data. Actually, these classes will act as it can act as a data carrier. Example, if you have a class here, okay, you can use this class here to transport data. It can act as data carrier with the help of properties. Yes or no? You have properties, okay, and you can also define behaviors. Okay, properties always talks about what? It always talks about data. Okay, behaviors always talks about the business logic. Okay, and data, when you say data, it means like the data can be in the form of primitive data type or class data type or object type, right? And the business logic will be in the form of methods. Okay, here you use variables, and again the variables will be in the form of primitive data type or object type. Here you use method to achieve this. Okay, so when you specifically talk about the relationship, okay, so relationship will always talk about what? You will always use properties to define the relationship. Only this part is very important to define a relationship. Of course, this is also important, but most of the explanation will be on top of these properties. Understand that? Okay, having said this, I said there is a class here. Okay, and there can be another class called B. Okay, these two classes are independent. Don't you think so? They don't have, they are declared independently. So this is class A, it has its own properties and behaviors, and this is class B, it has its own properties and behaviors. Okay, if I want to make a relationship between these two classes, I will use the concept of what? The relationship concepts in Java. How that can be achieved, that we are going to discuss now. Okay, between two class, if you want to create a relationship, okay, then it is categorized into three types: as a relationship, is a relationship, and user relationship. Okay, if you want to make a contact, if you want to create a relationship between two class, you use any one of these relationship points, right? For example, let me take the paint screen. For the better understanding, I will take the paint screen. Okay, so now you see I have defined two Java classes here. Okay, this is class A and this is class B. Okay, so this class A is an independent class, and this class B is also an independent class. There is no doubt about it. Okay, the moment I use extends A, okay, this is one of the relationship. The moment I use extends A, now these two classes are in a relationship. What kind of relationship it is suggesting us? What kind of relationship they are in? They are in a is-a relationship. Class B is having a relationship with class A. Okay, so this is how we need to understand. Okay, what does it says? Class B is having a relationship with class A. Class B is having a relationship with class A. Why it is having a relationship with class A? Because we have used the extends keyword. What does it really mean? Okay, the class B becomes the child class. This is the class B. Okay, and the class A becomes, previously these two classes were independent class. The moment you use the extends keyword, okay, there is a relationship created between class B and class A. Okay, this extends keyword is making a is-a relationship. When you use extends keyword, what does it mean? You can also say it as it is class B is having a relationship with class A. Okay, here you are using class B is having a relationship with class A. Class B is having a relationship. Okay, that's why it is also called as what? Is-a relationship. Okay, how to achieve the concept of is-a relationship in Java? Just by using the extends keyword. As simple as that. When you use extends keyword, the class that is before the extends keyword will become what? Child class. Okay, the class that is declared after the extends keyword will become parent class. Okay, class B is having a relationship with class A. That's why it is called as is-a relationship in Java. Is-a relationship in Java can be achieved with the extends keyword. Okay, but we should discuss something about what? As a relationship. So we are discussing about is-a relationship, and we should discuss about what? As a relationship in Java. Okay, we understood what is is-a relationship. Okay, we need to understand what is as a relationship. Yes or no? Okay, as a relationship says, okay, by the keyword you can understand that. Okay, when the class A has some information, for example, so this is class A. Okay, let us take another example. Okay. Focus here. I have class A. Instead of class A, let me take this class as employee class. We will talk about the real-time things. Okay, employee class employee, and this is okay. First, let us design a class on top of employee. Okay, in future, okay, after completing my Java classes, okay, you give interviews. Of course, you will get selected in interview. Okay, as soon as you selected in a reputed company, you will be asked to join in the company. Okay, they will conduct a day for induction. Induction means they, like, they invite you to the office, they collect your details, and they do what? They say the things, do's and don'ts in the office. So many things will be shared to you in the induction day, especially about the office, and about the do's and don'ts. and they collect your data. They will ask you to open the bank account. Okay, so many things are involved behind the induction day. The moment you are joining the office, the first day is going to be induction day. Okay, they will make you very comfortable. They will give so many details about the office as well as the do's and don'ts. They share about the information how to apply for leaves. Okay, so many things are involved in induction day. Okay, so for that, okay, when you are becoming an employee in the office, they usually collect some details, yes or no? Right? What kind of details they will collect? Firstly, they will generate an employee number, mandatory. Integer employee number is mandatory, right? Secondly, what they do, they take your name, employee name. Okay. Thirdly, they will generate an email address specific to the employer, right? Fourthly, they can they ask your address details. Okay, now you see guys, so this is a class employee. So on top of class employee, this many information is required. Basic things, these are the basic things that is required on top of an employee. Every employee will be having an employee number, employee name, and for security reasons they will collect the address as well along with the email address. For security they will collect address as well. Okay, don't you think that this field, this employee number, okay, is going to be fixed? Only one value can be assigned, yes or no? Only one value, no problem. Employee name, every employee is going to have only one name, yes or no? They don't carry 10 to 20 names. Only one name will be there for the unique identity. So the value is going to be 1, right? The email address is also going to be like that. Of course, unofficially you can have any number of email address, but specific to the company, only one valid email address will be generated and would be given to for the contact purpose. Okay, and the address, one address. But when you talk about the address, look at this. Okay, this is a data. Address is a data. Okay, this data is a collated data. What does it mean? You cannot represent this address with one value. For example, okay, you're designing a class, all the values, all the data till here completely fine. Okay, but when you want to define the address, you cannot just say Chennai, or you cannot say Hyderabad, or you cannot say Bangalore. Okay, address means you should have what? The house number. One field is required for house number. Okay, another field is required for street name. Okay, another field is required for street name. Okay, another field is required for what? Pin code, right? City name, right? State name, right? And you have what? Country name. Okay, this address is not talking about the single data. It's the combination of, it's a collection of all this data. Don't you think so? Do you think can I define address field with one value? No. In order to define the address field, I need house number. I need a separate variable for house number. I mean separate value for house number. Okay, I need separate value for street name. Separate value needs to be collected for pin code. City name, separate value needs to be collected. State name, separate value needs to be collected. And country name, separate value needs to be collected. Yes or no? Right? So to what Java says, you don't worry, guys. Java has come with an option. Java is saying you can use as a relationship. You can use as a relationship to keep it simple. When I say keep it simple, okay, instead of specifying a variable name for each and every values, okay, you can create a class. Now focus here. You can create a class and you can name this class as address. Okay, you are creating a separate class and you are naming this class as address. Previously the class name is employee, no issues. Now you are creating a class as address. In this address you are taking separate variable names for house number. Like that I can take string HNO. H1O means house number. Okay, string SN name, SN means street name, string PC means what? Pin code. Okay, string CN, city name, string state, SN means state name, string CN. CN is already there. I can say just like country. Okay, you can take a separate class for this address field because this address is representing multiple values inside. So you are taking a separate class for this to represent all these fields. Okay, instead of writing all this. Okay, instead of writing all this in the name of address, what you are going to do now? Okay, here you will create as a relationship. Now focus here. What is the name of the class? Address. Okay, you can give your own user defined variable as add. That's it. This is called as a relationship. So what does it mean? See, you are familiar with integer data type, no issues. Integer, it is going to store integer value. String data type, familiar, it is going to store string value. Again string, you are familiar, it is going to store string value. Now this address, when you are placing it in a class, this is also going to be a data type. This is also going to be what? This is also going to be act like a data type. It is going to act like a data type, and we usually call it as object type. Okay, this address, especially when you look at this address is part of class A. Yes or no? Okay, class A. It means you are trying to store, you are trying to fetch all this information. So the reference variable name is address, right? When you call address, okay, you will get house number, you will get country code, all the fields, all the values that you have specified in the address class can be retrieved from the employee class. As simple as that. Programmatically we will understand that this is what is as a relationship. This is what we call it as what? As a relationship. By definition I can say that when one class knows the information about the other class. Do you think so? Class employees knowing the information about the other class, which is address. Okay, then we call it as association. Okay, get acquainted to this association. We'll come to this point once again. And to achieve achieve this, we use what? We use as a relationship. Okay, by looking at this class employee, I can say that the class employee has a relationship with class address. I can conclude that the class employee has a relationship with class address. Okay, just get acquainted to these words. Just try to understand that when one class is having information about the other class, okay, it is making as a relationship. It is called as what? As a relationship. First point to remember. Okay, when one class is making a relationship with the extends keyword, then it is called as is a relationship. This is a relationship. This is as a relationship. Making sense? Yes. No. Just I'm talking about the words, not about the program. Are we good? Are we good with the explanation? Are we good with the explanation? Just try to answer in the chat box so that we can proceed further. This understanding is important to understand the future topics. So please focus. Okay. Okay, now let us go back to theory. Okay, see, less number of instructions. Okay, why less number of instructions? Go back here. Okay, if I ever had to declare all this data in one class, don't you think that I ever had to declare all this data in the same class? Don't you think that the size of the class is going to get increased if I do it here? Instead of doing that, I will take address class only once. I will take address class only once, and I can reuse this address class over and over again as per my requirement. For employee, I can reuse this address class. Okay, for HR is also part of the employee. For security, part of the employment. For them, I can use this address. In company, if I want to get any address details, I can use this address class to set data and to get data. Reusability we can achieve reusability actually, and length size of the code is going to get decreased. So that is what I specified here. If the number of instructions are less, memory is going to be less. Memory is less, and if number of instructions are less execution time. Obviously, these points are getting justified, I think. Okay. Now the question is, what is the difference between as a relationship and is a relationship? So we need to understand this difference. Answer. Okay. I've already said as a relationship. Let me copy and paste it here. Is used to define the associations. Guys, if you have an option to admit, you can admit. Okay. As a relationship is used to define the associations between the classes. What is an association? Just now I said. Okay, when one class knows the information about the other class, then we call it as association. Class employee is able to know some information about class address. So association. Very simple. Because this address is not a data type, it is a class type. Okay, all this is so this class has some some knowledge about the class address. So there is an association. That's what I said. As a relationship, we should define the associations between the classes. Okay, it will improve the communication and the data navigation between the classes. Okay, these two classes can communicate, not verbally. These two classes can communicate with the help of this data logic. Okay, this address data is transferred to class employee. Right, communication is happening, some kind of navigation is happening behind the scenes. Once we start writing this code, you will understand this. Okay, next one is a relationship. Okay, is a relationship is able to define the inheritance relationship, or I can say that parent-child relationship. Yes, no? Parent-child relationship between the classes, the Java classes. It will improve code reusability. Is a relationship is nothing but if you define a relationship, if you ever had to define a relationship between two classes, reusability, what is the spelling, guys? You want to define a relationship between two classes by using extends keyword. It is called as is a relationship. Okay, you are creating a parent-child relationship. This is called as, and this is going to, only one keyword you should remember. This talks about reusability. Is a relationship always speaks about what? Reusability. Remember this. Talks about reusability. Remember this keyword. When you get inheritance, this kind of question, with the help of this keyword, you can do the sentence formation. As simple as that. This keyword is very important. Reusability is a relationship. How this can be achieved? By using the extends keyword. Remember this keyword. If you get acquainted with this keyword, answering, you can draft your own answers. Meaningful answers. When I say own answers, it should be meaningful. Okay? And as a relationship talks about what? Communication, navigation, communication between, communication, talks about communication and navigation. That's it. Remember these points, these words. Right? Okay, next thing. Okay, we will look into the program. I want you to understand the theory part. That's why I am stressing much here. Okay. Associations in Java. Why I'm talking about associations now? Okay, as a relationship you should define the association. This actual part purpose is to define the associations between the classes, and again these associations are differentiated into subcategories into 4 types. Okay, first thing is the main intention of Java associations is okay, first one, communication between classes. Second one, navigation between classes. Communication part and the navigation part. Having said this, again they are subclassified into 4 types. They are categorized into 4 types. Okay, first one to one association. Okay, let me copy and paste it. One to many, many to one, many to many, many to many. Second one, third one, fourth one. These are the 4 associations in Java. Okay, association is part of, don't get confused, association is part of as a relationship. Okay, to define as a relationship you need a Java associations, and again this association is divided into one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. We will understand each and everything. Okay, I ensure you that you are getting this topic at best. Okay, now let us try to understand this in the programming with a small program. Before that, I want to understand you something about this. To implement associations Java applications, we have to declare either single or array of reference variables of one class in another class. Okay, let us go back to the example. This part is making some sense because when you want to define, when you want to store the address field, address is a collection of many fields, many different fields like flat number, or we can say the state name, pin code, country name, etc., etc. Likewise, there will be some situation where you need to store 4 numbers. For example, let us say that class student. Class student. Okay, whenever you are joining in a college, okay, they will collect your what? They will give you the uh, enrollment number or register number. Okay, and they will collect your name. Okay, and they do what? They collect your address. Okay, when I say address, you can have temporary address and permanent address. And again, okay, previously it was like address field, only one address field. I have created a class for the address. Okay, this time this address can be in the form of array. Okay, let us take the same address example. I can use this reference. Okay, if I use like this address add, it means this variable is the collection of all these variables, collection of house number, the street name, pin code. Don't you think so? This is a collection of all these variables, right? And again you will come and you will be saying, when you are trying to giving this information, you can say that, sir, I have temporary address as well as I have permanent address. You will come up with that. So single array field is a single set of reference variables. Sometimes is not recommended. Sometimes you need to collect multiple information, right? I need to collect the temporary address as well as the permanent address in the form of array. Means this variable is capable to store temporary address of house number, SN, PC, CN, SN country, as well as permanent address. You will represent the variable in the form of array. Right? That's what I said. Implement association in Java, you have to declare either single reference variable or array of reference variable of one class in other class. Okay, let me draft the program so that you will get the better clarity. Okay? And when I say, let us talk about one-to-one relation, one-to-one association. When I say one-to-one association, now look at this, guys. Okay, this every employee is going to have one address, one specific address. Of course, he may be having n number of addresses, but the company is going to collect only one specific address, permanent address, Aadhaar card address. Okay, so this information is fixed. Okay, it means it is getting mapped to only one class. It is getting mapped to only one entity. Okay, there are two classes. This class is internally getting mapped to another instance of another class. Only one class. Address part is getting mapped to only one class. Only one set of information. This is called as one-to-one association. One person, one employee can have one address, which means employee, inside the employee class there are multiple fields. Address is one of the field, and address is part of the different class, but one employee is having only one address. This concept is called as one-to-one mapping or one-to-one association. One employee, one address, so one-to-one association. One employee, many addresses, one-to-many association. You will try to correlate it in the programming language. Okay, what does it mean is, when I say one-to-one association in Java, let us understand about this one-to-one association. It is a relation between two classes or two entities. You can also call it as entities, where one instance of an entity should be mapped exactly with one instance of another entity. Okay, example, every employee as one bank account. This is another example. Okay, in the real time, when you are joining into the new company, they will ask you the address, as well as they will ask you, they will ask your bank account also. They will ask your bank account also. So it is like, it is not like you can give 5 to 6 number of bank accounts to the employer, so that employer will deposit your salary in all the amount. It's not like that. You will look for the specific bank account. Okay, the exact bank account that you are giving, in that account the salary will be credited. Okay, every employee is going to have only one account, one specific account, only specific bank account. Okay, and again this bank account, okay, when you create a bank account class account, okay, this bank account has what? Integer account number, right? String bank name, en, right? Integer, or else I can say string routing number, or IFSC code, string account type. Okay. Bank account is a collection of all this information. So I have taken this account as a separate class. Now you can, inside this employee class, you can create a relationship for the account by saying that account ACC. Okay, this account is making a relationship. This account is making a relationship with this account class. So if you do the mapping in such a way, if you do the mapping is being done between these two. Okay, don't you think that one employee is going to have only one bank account, right? This account is the collection of this many variables, but still one employee is going to have only one bank account, right? If that is the case, it is called as one-to-one association. There are cases where sometimes this variable is going to get mapped with different set of data. That is one to many. We will discuss that tomorrow. Today try to understand what is one to one. Okay, when a class is having information about another class, and if there is any specification that it is getting mapped only with one class, only with one instance, okay, that is called as one-to-one association. This is the explanation. Okay. Theoretically, just tell me, are we good with the theory? Programming part I will explain you. That will be very interesting. Theoretically, are we good? Have we got acquainted with these words about associations, about mapping? Theoretically, we are good. Okay, practically I will explain you now. Don't worry. Okay, in order to understand this, today I am going to introduce about Eclipse. Eclipse is one of the editors. So this is how the Eclipse looks like. Okay, very simple. Instead of keep writing the code in the notepad, this Eclipse will make our life easy. Okay, I will take a separate session how to download this Eclipse. For now, this is an editor. We call it as, this is an IDE. Okay, it is a development environment. You can develop Java programs by using this Eclipse editor. I will help you with how to do the download. No worries. Okay, for now, we will start using this editor. Okay, I'm creating a Java project. Very simple. Just try to focus here. Create a Java project. Okay. Give any project name. Can be any name. Let me give it as employee. Name of the project is employee. Okay, give next. Okay, don't worry about all these things. I will explain you. Okay, this SRC, I will explain you all these things. Finish. Okay, you need to create a package. Usually, right? We used to write the program in the notepad. In the top of the program, I used to create some kind of. I used to always use it to ensure that the package is getting created. Package, and I used to give a separate name for this package. Then we start the program with the classes, right? Likewise, in the editor, you have an option to create the package. How can we create the package? Just click on this SRC, right click here, go to new. Okay, here you will see something like create a package here. Click here. Okay, give any package name, meaningful name, home dot test dot employee. Okay, package is created. I'm creating another package, same here. Click on src, go to new, click on package, mom.test.main. Two packages has been created. It is just like, it is just equivalent to taking two notepads and creating two separate packages, package A and package B. It is equivalent to doing this. Hope you are getting this. Okay, next, two packages created. In the package employee, I am creating a class, new class. The name of the class is going to be employees. Okay, after clicking on finished, I think you're able to see this. I hope it is visible now. Okay, I'm keeping the name of the class as employee. In this employee class, I am defining some values. What kind of values? Employee is going to have in the encapsulation concept, if you remember or not, I am not sure. I've already taken this. Okay, to define encapsulation. Okay, to define the like variables and the behaviors, all the variables should be private. Like this, I'm taking. Okay, private integer employee number. Okay, private integer ename is going to define about employee name. Private integer, private, not integer, it should be string, no? String ename, private. What are the fields that we have taken here? Email address. Email address. Okay. Okay, I have taken 3 fields here. I have taken 3 fields. Let me close all this. Okay. Three fields. Okay. To set data to these instance variables. Don't you think that all these variables are instance variables? Because I'm not using static keyword. So all these variables are instance variables. To assign values to these instance variables, what we usually did so far, we either use constructors or we use getters. So we define a method called as getter method. To the getter method, we have to assign the values to this respective variables by using getters or by using constructors. Okay, in our examples, let us forget about the constructors. Let us try to create getters and setters. For that, you do not have to type you do not have to create the method, getter method by yourself or setter method by yourself. Just right click here. Okay, right click and you will see an option like source is here. Okay, and try to find for generate getters and setters. Okay, enable all these fields: email, employee name, employee number. Select all and generate. Okay. Life has become easy now. See, getters, it should start with get and the variable name. Setters, it should start with set and the variable name. For each and every variable, we have generated getters and we have generated setters. Let me repeat this once again. Okay. Instead of typing, just right click here, go and try to find source, navigate to source, and there you will find an option like generate getters and setters. Click here. Okay. Enable all this, select all and click on generate. All this will be generated. Okay. It is just like typing all this code in the notepad like this. Package name, employee name. Okay, how long it will take to type all this in the notepad? It will take a lot of time. Okay. Same thing is being represented in the Eclipse editor. It took less amount of time, yes or no? Right, now you see I have an employee class here. Okay, let us paste this in the paint scheme. Focus here, very important this topic is. Okay. So this is the class, employee class. In the employee class, there are 3 variables, and each and every variable has getter and setter. Okay, I want what? We want to make a as a relationship, right? So employee is going to have an address field here. Employees are going to have what? Address field here. I want to define the address. I cannot define the address directly. For that, I need to create a class for the address. Okay, go to the Eclipse and right click here, new. I'm just right clicking on the package, new class. Instead of address, let us take account number, account details. The name of the class is account details. Click on finish. Okay, a new class has been created for account details. Inside this class, I am going to fetch the information like, get the information like private integer AC and account number, private string e name means bank name, private int, or I can say private string IFSC code, private string branch. Okay, 4 variables are created under the account details. Okay, and I need to generate getters and setters. Okay, right click here and go search for source, generates getters and setters. Okay, enable all these fields, select all, click on generate. Okay, this is like writing the class in the notepad, in a different notepad, in a different package. So under employee package, I have account details. Under the same employee package, I have what? Or else I can say that. Let me remove this. It's just like writing the employee class and account class under one package, because they are part of same package. Both are part of same package. Employee is part of employee package. Account details is also part of employee package. What is the proof? Same thing I have done here. See, and under employee package, account details is part of employee package. Employee.java is part of employee package. Okay, now I need to create the association. Okay, see here in the employee class, we are able to see employee number, employee name, employee email. But to create the salary, they need what? They need account details, banking account details. Okay, but banking account details is not the, is a combination of many fields, not one field. It is a combination of many fields. For that, I have already created a class here. Okay, we want to use the class name as the data type. What is the name of the class? Account details. Okay, use the class name private account details space ACC details. So by looking at this, you can say that this is the primitive data type, this is a class data type, this is string data type, but this is the object type or the class type. Okay, this account details is the class. Okay, now this class has a relationship with which class? Employee class has a relationship with account details class, right? Okay, now you see, now 2 classes are created. I want to create the main class to achieve some functionality. Okay, in the next package com.test.main, I am creating a main method, file new class. The name of the class I am going to take is main class. Here you have an option, you have an option to choose the main method, public static void main, and click on finish. Okay, main class has been created. Okay, please focus here. The explanation will be mind-blowing in some time. Trust me. Okay, I have a main class now. I have an account details class. I have employee class. Okay, inside the main class, I need to create object to set the values. Okay, so let me take this. Let me copy and paste. Go to the plain screen. This is another class. Okay, this is another class. Okay, employee class and account details class, and I have just created what? I have just created the main class. Okay, what I'm trying to do here is, so to deal with these variables, I need to create an object for account details, And to deal with the variables of employee, I need to create an object for employee. So let me create object for employee first. No, let me create object for account details first. Okay. Account details obj, or I can say that ACC equal to new account details. Now focus here, guys. Account details obj equal to new account details. So what is happening behind the scenes, I will tell you. Okay, now the object has been created for account details. So this line is specifying that an object has been created, account details obj equal to new account details. Okay, because of this new keyword, don't you think that an object is getting created? Okay, the reference variable for this object is what? ACC. Okay, so in the account details class, what are the variables that we have specified inside the account details class? How many variables are there? There are 4 variables. There are how many variables? There are 4 variables. Can you take like this? It is going to accommodate space for all these 4 variables. Account number. Okay, so only we will take variable name. What is it? Account number, branch name, IFSC code, and I have taken branch for the 2 times. Okay, I can say account number, bank name, IFSC code, branch. Okay, it is going to accommodate values for all these variables. Okay, account details. So this is how the variables will be. Initially, before even calling the account details constructor, okay, instance variables will be usually what? Instance variables will be recognized and executed. We have seen this already in the instance cons in our previous classes. Okay, for now, the default values will be assigned. For now, account number is going to get what? Default value as 0, because integer type default value is 0. Okay, branch name, the default value will be assigned to the branch name. Okay, the default value for the string is null. Okay, the default value for IFSC code is null. The default value for branch name is null, because account number is integer, so default value is 0. Okay, now next what I am trying to do is, now focus here. In class, object is created because of this line. This is what happened behind the scenes. Next thing, account dot, I can call set method, set account number. Set account number, I can set my account number like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, account dot set bank name. Bank name I can say Axis. Okay, account dot. So we are setting the values now. Setting the values with respect to this reference, account reference. Account dot set branch. Branch I can say Chennai. Okay, account dot set IFSC is already done. Account name, branch name, what is pending, account number. Okay, IFSC. Set IFSC. Anything. IFSC 0000001. Okay, I am setting all these values by using this reference variable account. Okay, where is the set account number? It means go back to the account details class. You will be able to see that there is a setter for set account number, set bank name, set IFSC, set branch. It is expecting a string value from the end user, and these string values will be assigned to the respective variables, respective instance variables in the runtime. Okay, because of my changes, because the values that I have added behind the scenes in the program, okay, this 0 will be reassigned with 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, bank name is going to be Axis. Okay, IFSC is going to be what? The IFSC code which I have given 0001. Okay, branch name is going to be what? 10. Okay, all these default values will be replaced. Okay, this is an object. Focus here. Okay, this complete thing is an object. This is an object. This 1 minute. This complete thing is an object of account. Okay, and it is part of account details. Okay, the values has been set. Okay, when I call account number, it is going to display 1 2 3 4 5, branch name, axis, IFSC code. These details are shown. Now see what is happening behind the scenes. Okay, now what I am going to perform in the program. Account details, all the values are set. Go back to the employee name. Okay, I have defined a field called account details. Already I have defined it here. I need to generate getter and setter for this because I have generated getters and setters for employee number, employee name, and email address, but this is missing. For that, what I am trying to do is right click here, or I'll just type get it. Okay, you are getting the getters, get account details. Getter is done. Just type set control space set account details. Shortcuts. Very simple. I just used get and followed by control plus space, followed by ctrl plus space. Okay, you can get this. Likewise, for setters, just type set control plus space. These are the shortcuts. Right. So details for account details has been given for the account details class. Now I need to set details for the employee class. Let us go back to the main class. So this is done. Now I need to set the details for employee emp equal to new employee. Thank you for rejoining, guys. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, shall we proceed? Only 10 more minutes I will take, no worries. Okay. Okay, so far we have set details for the account details. Okay, we have this information in the memory. We have got this information in the memory. Now I need to set details for this employee class. I need to set details for this employee class. Right, for this I need to create it. Firstly I need to create an object for the employee class. Object has been created. Okay, how many fields I have in employee class, how many variables I have in employee class? Okay, I have employee number, employee name, email address, and account details. Okay, I need to set the data for all these variables, right? So the object is created with the help of this object reference. Call this respective setters. Emp dot set employee number. Let it be 1 2 3. Okay, any value. Emp dot set what is it? Employee name. Okay, let us take Darshini. Okay, emp dot set employee email abc@gmail.com, right? Emp dot set account details. So when I say account details, again account details is not one entity, it is a combination of different fields. Okay, we have already set the values in the account information, don't you think so? Inside this ACC, inside the variable name ACC, where is this? Okay, inside this variable name ACC, all this information is there. What is the information that we have inside this? We have account number, we have bank name, IFSC code, and the branch. Okay, I can directly give ACC here. I can directly do what? I can directly give ACC here. Okay, because of the changes in memory, what is happening internally? Now focus here, guys. Because of the changes, okay, because of the new keyword, usually an object will be created. We know this already. Okay, this object is going to accommodate it is going to accommodate space for all the variables. What are the variables that we have in the employee class? We have employee number. Initially it is going to be 0 default value, and we have what, employee name is going to be null initially. Okay, or else let me do this, people will get confused. And we have what, employee name, and we have employee email. Okay, I just defined name for 2 times here. This email abc, right, gmail, set email. For email initially it is going to be null, and for set account details initially it is going to be null. Now see what is happening behind the scenes. Okay, initially it is going to be null. After this we are setting the values to the respective, with the respective information. Okay, we are giving employee number as 1 2 3 from the program. Employee number is 1 2 3. Employee name is what, Darshini. Okay. Employee email address is what, abc@gmail.com. Okay. Employee account details is what, ACC. So this ACC is going to refer this. Now focus guys. Okay, this ACC is going to refer to this variable. This is called as what, 1-to-1 mapping. Okay, this account number is not the one value, it is a combination of many fields. Okay, this will internally refer to this one. Okay, symbolic reference, one reference after another reference. Symbolic reference, we call it symbolic reference. This account is getting reference to this account. This account has all the information related to account number, B name, IFSC code, branch. This part is called as what, 1-to-1 mapping. Okay, an object is storing the reference of another object. Okay, this is called as 1-to-1 mapping. Okay, internally an object, this is an object of what, employee object, EMP object. This EMP object is storing the reference of another object. Okay, this another object reference is not the combination of, it's a combination of many fields, many variables, account number, bank name, IFSC code, etc. Okay, this is how it is getting represented internally. Okay, this will be pointing to this account variable, symbolic reference, and again this is pointing to an object. Symbolic reference, this is called a symbolic reference, 1-to-1 map. Right, so how can we print all these details? For that I am creating another method here. Focus here. So far we have just achieved setting the values. Values are set. For employee class the values are set. Okay, for the account details the values are set. So we need to do something to print this in the console. For that what I am doing is I am going back to the account employee details. Okay, here I am writing a method like, the method is public void print details. Okay, print details. System.out.println employee details are, now see what I am doing here. Okay, the employee details are system.out.println. I'm giving one line here. System.out.println the name plus get ename. Okay, the what are the fields that we have here? We have name, we have email, and we have employee number. Okay, name, get. I am getting the values. Values are set previously. Now I am getting the values by using getters. Get email, and what, the email address. Okay, to print the output in the meaningful way, the email address is get email. The what is the other field? Name, email address, and employee number. employee number is plus get employee number. Okay. Employee details are fetched. The account details. Okay, I want to print the employee details as well as the account details. Okay, let me create one space here. Create one new line. Okay, under this account details, okay, account number. I want to print only two information. So account number plus acc dot acc detail. I can use getters. Acc details are get account number. Okay. Account branch. Get branch. I want to print only these two information. If you want to print, you can print all the information. No issue. But you must understand one thing here. Account details, account branch. Okay. And bank name. IFSC code. Okay. I have created a method called print details method. I need to call this method. I need to call this method from the main class. Okay. What I am trying to do here is, so this print details method is part of which class? Print detail method is placed under the employee class. Okay, I need to use the employee reference variable to call this print details method. The moment I call this print details method, employee dot print details. Okay, if I run this code, behind the scenes, till here in the memory level, this many things are happening. In the memory level, this many things are happening. Okay, from here, because of this 23rd line, if I run this code, to run this code, just click on run here, run main class. There is a play symbol here, click here, okay, and click on OK. Okay, you will get all the information. The employee details are the name Darshini, the email address is ABC, employee, okay, the employee number is Darshini, here it is printing. I think get name. Okay, previously we have given the same thing for the employee number also over here. Darshini, set email, set e-name, set email. Okay, no issues. Get name. Okay. Get e-name. Let me run this once again. Okay, all the details respected to the values that we set are getting displayed. Employee details are name is Darshini, email address, employee number, and the account details, account number, name, these things. Okay, this is called as one-to-one mapping, one-to-one association. Okay, you will use two classes. These two classes are going to have a setter as well as getter as well as the variables, but one of the classes will be used as a what? Used as a data type, because this is a class type, because this account details variable is a combination of many fields. That fields are this one. Okay, you create a separate class for the account details, and you create getters and setters. You take the main class. By using the account details class, you will set values. By using employee class, you set values, and you created a method like print details method. Inside the print details method, you are accessing, you are trying to print all the details that you have set. Very simple. You are trying to printing all details which you have said. Okay, you are using the name, you are getting the name, employee name. You are using, so this get name is where? This one, get name. Okay, you set the value, the respective name will be printed. Okay, the moment you change this, for example, instead of Darshini, let me take it as uh, Ratna Kumar. Okay, XYZ. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Save this code. If you run this, now the details related to Ratna Kumar will be printed. Ratna Kumar, or else you can also do like this. You can copy this. You can paste this here. Instead of ACC, you can do upon another reference variable here. Okay, another details, something details like this. Bank ICICI. Okay, Traba, something like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and employee. You can give different employee details. This is EMP1. Okay, employee number 111. Instead of Ratna Kumar, just Kumar. Instead of XYZ, ABC 1 2 3. This account 1. Okay, run this code. You will get two set of data. So here I need to call the employee. This is employee 1. This should be employee 1. This should be employee 1. This should be employee 1. Employee 1 dot print details. Should be account 1. This should be account 1. If I run this code, employee details are first detail Ratna Kumar and his details and his bank details. Okay. Second detail Kumar details and his bank details. All are different. Okay. So he is going to act as a data carrier. You can define any number of, you can create any number of objects with respect to the variable name. With respect to the respective variable name, you can call the print details method. Right? Yes, you are confused, right? Type yes in the chat box if you are confused. No issues. If there is no confusion, type no. Let's see who has got confused and who is very clear with this. I'm damn sure that it won't be clear for now. If you have confusion, type yes. If you don't have confusion, type no. Good, Chaitanya. Appreciate your answer. What about others? Jyoti, yes, there are two Jyotis, yes and N. Samyukta, okay, Darshini. This is what I'm expecting. What about others? Darshini says confused. What about others? Samyukta is not there. Yeah. No worries. Just try to replicate this code. Okay, it is very easy. Go to the theory. Try to replicate this code. Definitely you will get it. Okay, you should get confusion. Okay, without confusion you will not learn anything. First time for everyone it will be a confusion because I have segregated this code into many parts to understand this code in this concept theoretically as well as practically. Okay, 1.5 hours is not sufficient. Another 1 hour is required from your side for the practice. If you do the practice, you will become queen in this concept. Right? Okay, Darshini. Just do some practice. Definitely it will be clear. Just spend half an hour of time. Okay, and this Eclipse part, what I will do is definitely I will take a separate session for how to download this Eclipse. I will take a separate session. I don't want to waste the class time. That's why I directly jump to the Eclipse. However, I will paste this logic inside the description. You try to execute it from the notepad itself. You will not face any issues. Just copying pasting. No, you can do further manipulations. Okay. So that's all from my